Hello everyone, I believe you are all familiar with the video you are watching right now. Here is Andi Mури from SBG Ireland in the streets of Dublin, Ireland, where he saves an unknown girl from being beaten up by a random man. Here is a short interview with Andy where he shares his thoughts about the situation and what exactly went through his head. Here Andy explains how Jiu-Jitsu changed his life in general and how Jiu-Jitsu helped him in that particular situation. Stay tuned and us. Hi Andy, how are you, man?
Good.
Thanks very much for coming over. Listen, first admirations like for what you did, man, and how you act in the situation where I don't know how many of the people will react, but like you have my respect, and we can see a lot of people around the world.
I know, it's crazy.
You know, the word spread. First, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I don't know, man. I love jiu-jitsu. I started late. I only started when I was 32, and
You're 33 now, yeah?
I'm 40 now and a half nearly.
But tell us a little bit about the situation. How did everything happen, and how did you actually decide to act and to do something about it?
Well, the set of circumstances was I had to. I was staying with some friends, party, and it was time for me to go. And that night I planned to stay in my car, but where I parked was not a parking spot. It was going to be a bike lane in a few hours. So I had to move just down the road. And if the car in front of me didn't move their car and reveal a bike painted on the road, I would have kept sleeping.
Okay.
I would have stayed there. So many little details for time on this whole timeline were finite.
You're supposed to be there at that time.
Very weird. Plus, it was what had me there was also a horrible other set of circumstances that started earlier in that day.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how all these things just link up like this. So yeah, I drove 200 meters down the road to the nearest car park. As soon as I pulled in, behind the building on the roadside, there was this lady up against the wall, and a guy nearly twice her size, skinny though, but twice in terms of height. She was probably about 45 kilos, maybe 40 kilos or so. She's pretty.
The girl, yeah.
Dainty, yeah.
Okay.
So by the time I drove around in the parking spot, it had escalated into hustling, bustling, and jostling. And then when I finally parked, then he started to beat on her. So that's when I knew I needed to get my shoes on, and as I was putting my last shoe on, I'm also putting my phone up onto the dash while sliding record real quick and opening the door with my elbow. So a lot of people are giving me hassle for taking the time to record.
Listen.
But it was a shoe on, phone record, door opening movement while breathing and calculating how to take this fecker down.
But was you aware if the guy's armed or not?
I didn't care. I was taking his arms out because I went around to collapse his arms.
Yeah, we all see that you did. Like you wrap his arms, you take him down, you took his back.
Yeah,
and then you choke him out.
But with that motion of taking his back and rolling around, we went with that and got a hook in with the hook controlled, and then got the other hook in with a good tight seatbelt too. And then obviously chest to back, I took the space, and then put the rear naked choke on. But the fun thing I like to say is I answered his question at this point from when I was taken down. He says, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?" And at this point, I said, "You can't be beating on women, and now you're going to sleep because of it." And then I just happily kept the choke on, very happily.
And what happened after that? You left him sleeping, and you took the girl, or what happened?
Yeah, he struggled a bit. He got his hands caught on my watch, got a little scrape, and then his legs started to go, and then I kept it on for 20 seconds, and then I pushed him off. He snored a bit, and then he was breathing again, and then walked away. Went into the car, and I sped her there to go get the girl because earlier I did tell her just to run to safety.
Okay.
Some people are giving her some hassle for not helping me. I'm like, yeah, you can help me, yeah, no
People
problem.
can be like ridiculous.
Yeah, I got this, it's okay.
I see some of the comments that this is a fake video and you orchestrate it. Doesn't matter. People
just
are allowed to have their opinions, yeah.
I like to make good videos, you know.
But tell us, how BJJ helped you in this situation?
Well, going to so much open mat definitely gives you the confidence to meet new people and just take them on. I'm like, when I was white belt, I went through different phases of anxiety for competing, and I kind of
competing maybe no, but facing the physical interference,
so
isn't it?
I felt good rolling and things like that, and in the gym and rolling with people. But then when I went to compete, anxiety took over.
Normal.
And also because I was ultra heavyweight, and my first white belt match, I was 113 kilos. My opponent was 135. And this just brings back horrible memories of trying to get into nightclubs when I was younger, you know. Not tonight's story, you know. So whenever I do roll with security guards and bouncers, my training partners, I really enjoy taking them down.
Would you recommend Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the kids?
Oh yeah,
like adults, like any age?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I've 3 boys, and I like to train my son in jiu-jitsu because he actually does get a hard time at home in his estate. There's a kid there that gives him an awful time, and I've been teaching him a bit of jiu-jitsu to help him with this bully, you know, and I think we did an open mat about 5-6 times, and then he was attacked again by this guy. He lost this match though, but we were able to talk about his technique and the way the match went, you know.
So you know, he didn't care about winning or losing.
Not so much.
Yeah, that's cool, but that's achievement. That's huge achievement.
And he struggles with that confidence as well, but he's absolutely growing in confidence as we train more, you know. And he loves open mat too. I'm not sure if you've rolled with him, but I bring him to a lot of gyms, and all the coaches treat him well, and he loves it.
Amazing.
Yeah,
this is amazing. Can I ask you for the end to give some statement to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community, and not only the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community, the people which might get hooked up and decide to give it a try?
Okay, well, hi guys. Start jiu-jitsu ASAP. I wasted 32 years of my life not training, and it's changed my life. And I truly believe if everybody knew jiu-jitsu, it would make the world a more peaceful place. It really would.
I believe so too.
You know, not just in the mind, but then, you know, if everybody knows jiu-jitsu, there's going to be less violence out there, I think.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
All peace.
True.
Peace in the mind,
yeah.
you know?
Jiu-Jitsu makes people humble. Stay tuned. Bulgaria BJJ. Us.
Thanks,
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, bro.
That's